Well, we have a special guest. We told you a short while ago that Joe Torre was going to be with us. Joe, you have a really long title, Vice President of
Executive Vice President.
I don't want to forget that part.
Executive.
Shame on me. Joe, good to see you, but we have to start with the injury because you didn't have this when we saw you a month or so ago.
I'm planning a comeback. I had rotator cuff surgery a week ago, and this is so people don't pat you on the back, when they see you in the sling.
You're bi-coastal right now, aren't you?
I am. I'm still at my home is still in Los Angeles, but I spent great deal of time in New York, and it's really, Drew, it's really an interesting job I have. It's baseball, and you never want to forget what it was like to play and what it was like to manage, and hopefully make fair decisions when you get the opportunity. Well, I have to pick up a press guide every once in a while.
Let me help you out. All right, 18 seasons,
here we go.
297, MVP in 71. You only hit 363. Did you beat the league by like 70 points or something?
No infield hits.
No leg hits that year, Joe.
Yeah, 9-time All-Star. You had some fun playing the game.
You're going to embarrass the executive vice president.
No, that's I want to hear more.
You want to hear more? All right, well, wait a second. It was 1,185 RBIs. How come you didn't get 1,200? Did you get tired or something?
I don't know. I don't understand that.
When they put a bunch of slow guys that couldn't score, they went base to base on you?
I was the slow guy.
Oh, that's a beautiful thing. Well, you only won 2,326 games as a manager, too. So that's pretty good. And how about this? I didn't realize this. Just look how you almost had as many wins as you did hits. That's amazing.
I didn't realize that either.
Think about that. 2,342 hits, 2,326 wins. That's awesome.
So I should have managed a little bit.
You should have managed. You should have managed another 2 months.
No,
you're done.
I'm done. You watch a lot of games. I mean, I'm watching a lot of games at home. Plus, whatever you don't see, because we always have to deal with incidents. Umpires throwing managers out or players out, and I get a lot of video, sent to me. So it's. It's a lot easier than I thought it would be as far as keeping track, because you're interested, and when you're at home, today's baseball, you can watch any game you want to watch, and it's great. And it just so happens over the last 4 or 5 days, every time somebody got thrown out of a game, I was watching live. Yeah.
With your background, your distinguished background as a player, distinguished background as a manager, is it harder to? Or maybe easier, perhaps, to look and say, okay, you know what, Manny Acta, and we had the tete-a-tete the other day on the field. Can you step back and say, I understand where the emotions are in that spot, and I'm going to be a little bit more. Here's a strike, 3-1, but maybe give him a little bit more leeway. Or can you not do that because you're representing all the fans and all the young people that follow the game?
Yeah, Drew, I'm just trying to be fair, and you're right. I do take into consideration being in that spot, what it felt like, what they're arguing about, and I do take all those things into consideration. The one thing I never wanted to get myself in a box about was the fact that I didn't want to say, I find this guy this much for this, so that means I have to do the same to this guy.
Well, if you don't like the guy, bust him.
Well, I can do that. See, personal feelings certainly enter in.
I would hope so.
Yeah, Drew, when I was diagnosed in March of '99, it was a big black hole to me, and I was scared. And actually, the gentleman's right in the booth here with us, Mike Milken. He reached out and called me. I had never met Mike, and straightened me out, directed me to some doctors, and the more information and the more you understand prostate cancer, the more you realize this is one of the cancers that early detection can save your life. And it's this is the first time I've had the pleasure of being able to go around with Mike and go from ballpark to ballpark just to raise the awareness, and the fact that with the home run challenge and all the money we've raised in order to fight, because the only way you're gonna cure cancer is through research, and that's what this money is all about.
And prostate cancer, and you're proof that if detected early, and it could affect up to 1 in 6 males in their lives, it is something that can be eradicated.
Well, and the most important thing, it messes with the man's libido, so a lot of guys are too proud to get checked. And the fact that once I was diagnosed and came out, I was managing the Yankees. There's no way I could hide from this thing. when I had, my press conference. I can't tell you how many people would come up to me, whisper in my ears, telling me this is what they had, or their dad had it. And I know I did some things when I was with the Yankees on Father's Day to get checked, and there are a lot of youngsters who have reached out to their dad, said, hey, Joe Torre, said to get checked, so I want you to get checked. So, when you realize how many people you touch and you know how important it is, and especially the fact that a blood test doesn't hurt, you can eradicate this, yes. I know Donnie was really funny. Donnie got thrown out for the first time, and he was waiting for the phone call. And I never.
You never called him?
Never called him.
Just sent him a piece of paper?
So then, yeah, that's all. He gets a little note. He gets a free autograph. So that works perfectly for him. But then when I will call to check in on him, he says, what did I do wrong? What did I do?
No.
But no, it's been okay. The umpires, the only thing I encourage umpires to do in the spring, George, is just to try to keep players in the game.
Yeah.
Try to keep players in the game. Of course, players have to cooperate too.
Absolutely.
You certainly don't want, players going out of their way to get thrown out, because these fans come to watch the players play, and I don't think there's any question that the ideal thing would be to keep them in the game. I always felt that I didn't have to always win, whether I was on the player's side or the owner's side, because I just felt that this game can survive with both parties being satisfied. So I think I'm going to enjoy it. The owners seem to be receptive to my new position, and it's just a matter of taking care of the game, I guess, until you pass it on to somebody else.
When somebody invariably comes up to you because you're such a public figure and says, you know what, I just got diagnosed with prostate cancer, what kind of words and encouragement do you give?
Well, first off, you'll be fine. You'll be fine. I mean, it's a cancer that certainly you have to pay attention to, but there is early detection. The fact that there is treatment, and there's more and more treatment since I was diagnosed 12 years ago. There's a whole lot more you can do to treat prostate cancer. I mean, I go every 3 or 4 months to get checked, just to make sure I had an aggressive form of prostate cancer. I remember when I talked to the surgeon who eventually did the surgery on me, he says, I'll have you back working in a couple of weeks. Once he said that to me, I think my blood pressure dropped a great deal. So I think it's just education really helps you a great deal, and the fact, like Michael Milken continues to raise money for a very worthy cause.
Joe, always a pleasure to see you. Continued success, not only obviously with this endeavor, but throughout Major League Baseball.